Everybody, this is Vin. In this video, in this topology, we are going to make understanding about the VTP that we call the VLAN Trunking Protocol, which is a Cisco proprietary protocol, and in that we are going to do a configuration, which is a little bit configuration on a one single switch, and that will advertise the whole configuration on other switches. So that we are going to be making. Before that, we were doing that's all kind of thing like the manual configuration on each and every switches, but here we are going to do the things way easier, right? If there is a large enterprise network, this is a small a kind of topology where we are going to be do. But if there is a 24 or not a 24, that I would say probably there's 10 and 20 in between 10, if I would say 10 possible switches, and that we are using at a point, and we are trying to configure each and every switch at the same kind of configuration that I want to do in these all switches. So what I have to do is I have to use the VTP to make the things easier, to make the configuration easier. So what it really do, so the first configuration in a switch 1 that we are going to make it over here, that switch we are going to configure as a VTP server. The all configuration, the VLAN creation that will going to be do on the switch 1. So the switch 1, the whole configuration which are needed to the switch 1 on each and every switch, we are going to do with the switch 1. And the all apart from that, the all switches where the need to be act like a similar, where the configuration needed as a similar, that we are going to be do with bit configuration, which is not much, that would act like a client. So where we are going to configure that's all switches as a client mode, so that will act on the VTP client mode. It means that the switch 1 that will act like a server. Apart from that, all switches, okay, now we can continue. So apart from all switches, that will going to be act like a client. Okay, so here's what we are looking for, and the last switch right here in this topology, which is we are going to configure and transparent mode, because there's three things in VTP. That's three kind of configuration that we do make, and three version that that's running or that runs in the VTP. In case of VTP, there's three version, and as I told the modes about the modes, so there is a three mode: server, client, and transparent. So that's all kind of configuration we are going to be making to it, or we are going to be do over here. Let's proceed. First we will going to be make these all PCs. Okay, so the first configuration will going to work with the PCs, right? So we can make some changes like the numbers, which is not look it could create the definitely we are going to make something that will going to help us to make the configuration easier, so that we are not going to be bothered with this all thing like the numbers and that all. I can do this thing before, but it's faster. Okay, now 6, 7, and overall the 8 PCs right here. Okay, now all done. Now we are going to continue with the IP addresses first. So the gateway IP address I will put it over here. This is a PC1. Okay, so this is 192.168.10, which because of that's a VLAN 10, so that's I'm putting 10 over here, .1, and I will continue with the fast Ethernet like this: 192.168.168 .10.10. I can copy this thing from 1, so I will put fast enough, yeah. That's done with the PC1. Done with the PC1. Now I will continue. This is the gateway, and the bit change I have to make it over here. That would be 11. Now it's done. How fast we can do this whole thing, So we have to consider the shortcuts and the method to make the things to make the configuration very better and perfect without any mistake. The accuracy lead first. Okay, now okay, so 13. If there is a 4 PCs, the IP address, if I will start with a 10, so that will go up to 13, right? Yeah, let's proceed with the 5 PC5. So I will put the same, but as per correction we have to make it over here. Now I will copy this again for the furthest thing. Okay, so I will put the 10. Now done. Now continue with this. Same. A bit changes we have to make it, but the concept and the maps or mind map, that we have to make it very clear to itself. You have to make this all the way like yourself. Okay, now it's done. Now it's time to IPv4, which is 13 now. Okay, so we have done the PC's configuration. Now we are going to do the hygiene on each and every switches. So that's the thing that we have to do on every switch, you know. So whatever, let me ask about this, like if I will configure something on a one single switch that should advertise on each and every switch, is it possible? Okay, this is the random question which is popping in my head. Like if I'm doing the configuration on a single switch, and if I will do the hygiene, like the basic configuration on a single switch, so is it possible to advertise on other switches? The simple thing that I want to know. But I think in detail, if I will go in VTP, so there's I will going to be dig deeper into it. I did it a bit moment before, but there was nothing about that. So I will proceed in the same way like that we do. Okay, so the first thing, basic configuration. Okay, so which is the switch one right here, the host name, switch one. Now okay, service password encryption, and hyphen encryption, then no IP, domain, hyphen lookup, banner MOTT, unauthorized access is prohibited. Okay, line BTY. This is all whatever we are doing. This is all we count in basic configuration. Okay, so line console. Okay, line console 0. Then the password, which is I will put for this Cisco. Then login, I cannot call the same as per for VTY, from the range 0 to 4, and the password be Cisco for same as well. Okay, then login, then exit. Okay, so now all the basic configuration, now we're done with it. Okay, what I have to do next is do write memory. Just leave this all. Before leaving the device, I have to do, this is the like habit or habitual, like this is the observation that I learned over here. Okay, now I will do the same configuration on this too, the basic hygiene. Okay, what's happening, there's nothing about the hygiene, because of that we are facing the time delay right here. Okay, so we jumped on switch 3, switch 2, then switch 3, but the switch 2 now it's still pending, right? Okay, we have to wait for that, but we can continue with it. Okay, so host name, which is a switch 3, yeah, switch 3, then continue with the service password, okay, service password encrypts